gonna get started here shortly, y'all. Little malfunction there. We've got more on this thing than we need by far. That got everybody's attention. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm William McCrone. I've started McCrone Armor and Gear, MAG. The goal for the company is to bring access and knowledge to the civilian community as well as law enforcement, giving them another person that they can turn to for rifle rated equipment or gear, dog armor. We're going to start getting into medical and fire equipment for EMT. So you're going to have stuff like this from Lightning X, hopefully. Waiting on some emails from them. Tactical Scorpion Gear is who I have the dealer account through. They supply all of the armor and bulletproof gear, the helmets, shields, different stuff of that matter, the dog armor, all of that comes from Tactical Scorpion, and we're going to get a little bit into that as we go along. Actually going to pull something out from behind here for y'all. Talk about that here in a second. The majority of our best, or my best, are going to come from Yakita or Tactical Scorpion Gear. RTS and guys like Spartan armor, they require a larger buy-in for the orders, so they're a little bit out of our reach for right now as far as offering it to just every day. It's better to just go through those companies. Tactical Scorpion Gear offers a whole plethora of armor, vests, helmets. You'll get into the fast style and the past GTs. Which are 3A. We're going to set those aside before they destroy everything. These are your fast 3A 44 caliber rated helmets. These come in a large size and a large size only. These come in a green and a tan, or a coyote brown. They'll all come with your dial suspension system. They'll have premium pad inserts in them, which are 2 separate sets of pads, so you can remove them if it's too thick for you or too much padding. You'll also have a second adjustment tab inside the helmet if you need to adjust the straps down a little bit further, fit your jawline. Then we carry helmet bags, which a lot of people don't even think about these because they're like, oh, it's a helmet, you know, what's it matter? But the whole thing about it is it's still a synthetic armor, and they have a limited shelf life, which is, as far as I've seen from Tactical Scorpion, and generally it's around 5 years. So that's what their warranty guarantees, and it's not going to say that like it's not going to operate past that time frame. That's just all that the manufacturers are willing to give people on that area of it. Your steel rated armors, stuff like that, you're going to get 20 years out of those. That's what the warranty life is on those from the manufacturers, and that's generally the armor that I go with personally, because it's steel, it's going to stop the bullet. There may be a little bit of spalling, but you're going to be able to take a shot multiple times. The plate's still going to function, and it's going to take away a lot of the impact from the round, you know, hitting the plate and then hitting your sternum. Now our dog armor, that's also in 3A, which is 44 rated, multiple hit. This is the D10. I believe this is a medium size. They have 3 sizes: medium, large, and extra large. There's a sizing chart available. These are their canine protectors. This offers the full chest and sternum protection with the back protection. It's sleek, holds tight to the body of the canine. They have the insignias for the vests and the Velcro patches for the plate carriers. They also sell this in a D5, which is a longer version, and it drapes over the sides of the dog and the back of the dog. The D10 would be my personal choice for canine protection if I was going to use one of the vests, because it's going to hug the body better. It's going to allow you more control of the animal. They also have a full section of dog gear and harnesses, even for training and things of that nature. Try to get mine untangled for y'all. have your quick release dog collars. These will come in multiple colors. I chose blue for Sophia. They got your snake latch. These dog leashes I love. These are also quick release. It's got your handle spot. It's the bungee lanyard. But it's also got your seatbelt latch so that you can buckle your dog in, you know, keep them more secure, keep them safer. And they offer a large selection of those styles of items. And if anybody's interested in those, you can contact me, and I'll get you a catalog or get you on the website, and we'll get you something picked out. We're going to go through a couple of our vests here. New, you'll probably notice right off the bat, is the OTV or the MSOV, like RTS and Ace Armor and all of them call theirs. Is a multi-plate carrier system. This is the training style, so they're a little bit, they're single layer of 600D nylon. There is a carrier style which is double the price, so I haven't got no experience with those yet. We will have some in soon, but these do have the shoulder pad inserts, the growing insert. They have the netting inside, so if you wanted to get soft armor, winged soft armor to wrap around you, it has the 10x12 plate carrier pocket in the front, which is accessible from the top, their top load. The back side of these are also top load. I want to say has an 11x14 and a 10x12 pocket in the back of these. And it does. You have a separated pocket, one for your 10x12 plate, one for your 11x14. We also have these in Cody Brown, multicam, and black. We also have a full line of these Yakita tactical belts. We'll have these in all the same colors, the 4 colors: brown, green, black, CP or MC. This will be your combat style, which is going to come with your 4 mag carrier, and it's got your pistol mags on the front of each of those. You're going to have 2 medical pouches on here, two IFAK pouches, then a small dump bag. They also have these with larger RIP IFAK pouches, which will have a single mag pouch on the front, and then it'll have a double pistol mag pouch and some other equipment pouches. We're going to have a lot more of those start coming in. We'll go back to our noisy plates that keep nearly wrecking everything. There's 3 main sizes that we're usually going to be dealing with. That's going to be your 11x14, your 10x12, and your 6x6. I use 10x12 and 6x6 plates, but I'm not as large of a guy as some other guys, so I don't require as much coverage as they would. Also, weight-wise, you know, carrying the 11 by 14 to the 10 by 12. You know, if I thought it was absolutely necessary, I would do it. But to stay mobile, especially with steel armor, because that's so much heavier than your 3As and your synthetics. You know, your ceramic armors. I was looking for the word. So, you know, because you're going to be carrying, if you have a level 3 steel, which is 7.62 rated, it's going to be about 8 pounds 3 ounces, whereas your 3 plus steel, which is 5.56 rated, is going to be 6 pounds 10 ounces. So you're going to end up carrying a lot of weight. You know, times that by 2, and then your smaller plates, they're a couple of pounds a piece as well, and then any additional gear. So it does get up there in weight. Price difference is also there, and it's the way the pricing works with your plates is about level 3 steel. It's heavy. It stops 7.62. It's going to be usually your cheapest option as far as weight to stopping power ratio. When you get into 3 plus, you drop a little bit of weight, and you still stay rifle rated at 5.56. So the price starts going up. And then you would get into a composite armor, which we're going to go down. This is 3A stab, and this is going to be a 44 rated, multiple hit capability, polyethylene plate. Super lightweight, you know, keeps you mobile, but it's not rifle rated. And these are going to run you more than a level 3 and more than a 3 plus steel plate. Now, they're super lightweight, like I said. And then you can move up to your level 4 armors, which are going to get thicker in your polyethylenes and stuff like that. That the synthetic armors, your ceramics and stuff like that in level 4, you're going to have a thicker plate. So, you know, you're not going to have just the thin steel and a thin trauma pad. You're going to start taking up space in your plate carrier, which a lot of these plate carriers, they have plenty of room to carry any style of plate. The level 4 plates, I haven't purchased any to just sit here, like I said, because they have a 5-year, and even a small steel plate like this is going to have a 5-year warranty on it. But they have a shelf life from the manufacturers. Tactical Scorpion Gear is our manufacturer, and they're out of North Carolina. So everything's steel, and all of this, all the bulletproof equipment and all of the Tactical Scorpion gear is going to be USA made. Yakita is an Asian company, so that's going to be overseas. That's where the price with Yakita comes in. Like, the styles are really nice. They have these sleek styles. They have the quick release combat styles. Like, this is one of the more popular styles in the CP, which your difference between your CP and your MC, and I'll show you, is you see the CP has a lot more brown over the surface. It's a darker, it stays on the brown side. That's one of the more popular colors because it's the new operating camouflage, you know, for the military. Here's your multicam Meerkat plate carrier from Tactical Scorpion. Brand new. All this stuff's brand new. I don't sell nothing used. I don't have a return policy set up right now because the manufacturers only give 30 days. Like, I'm not sure what they do to go back through reselling the armor and stuff, but it's hard for me to do it when I can't tell where that equipment's been. So I don't want to trust, you know, not trying to not trust people, but at the same time, if I can't guarantee that the armor came from a good storage location, then I don't want to sell that to somebody else and risk, you know, that equipment being compromised. And this will be your MC. You can see it's a little bit lighter colored, and your green's going to be green and white. Is going to be your main. It seems like on these patterns compared to your CP here. You can see it's just a little bit different. It's not much of a difference, but when you start buying pouches and you start, you know, putting MC on top of CP, you'll start noticing it really quick. So be careful when you're, even if you don't buy stuff from me, when you're shopping other places, reading those descriptions, making sure that what they're selling is what they're, you know, what's in the pictures. This is one of my favorite vests as well as the Meerkat, and the Meerkat is a multi-plate carrier. It's Velcro. These are large to 3X, and then I have a 4X cummerbund. So for the bigger guys out there, we can fit you, and we can get you some 11x14 plates. You know, we can order those in. You can see your size difference here off of these trauma pads. These vests are super nice. They got good Velcro too. You're gonna have your mesh pocket here for any of your padding or any of your other, maybe you want an additional soft armor behind your plates or another style. You're gonna have a 11x14 main pocket inside of your mesh pocket. Then inside of that 11x14 pocket, there's gonna be another sealed 10x12 pocket. And what I like about this is that it actually is going to hold, if you're going between plates, or, you know, say you're like me, you wear a 10x12, but you want to be able to wear an 11x14 if you need to. Then this would give you that capability, you know, that comfort. It's got a good padding system, you know, it's pretty well. It's a big vest, so it gives you a ton of coverage. It really changes the way that you can apply the armor systems to your situations. Your adjustments for these are going to be in Velcro. As you can see, it's almost partially sanded. Let's see if I can slide it on. And I'm a large. You can see this is, once I put plates in it, it would be pretty well already fit to me, and I have a little bit of adjustment to tighten this up to. And then if I was to wear soft armor instead of steel, I could tighten it up as much as I wanted to and get it to contour to my body. It's got some wings in here that wrap around your sides, and that allows, if you buy the soft armor plates for these in the 3A, they'll fill out them wings and give you your side protection, as well as having a 6x8 plate pocket. I generally use 6x6, like I said, just for the weight and the mobility aspect, because once you put steel on and you've got a fitted vest, anybody who's wore them will tell you that moving around in them gets a little bit different. And we have this in 4 colors. Like I said, it's going to be your black, your multicam, and then your OD green, and your coyote brown. This is a new style of carrier that I've recently gotten in. It's from Yakita. It's your sleeker laser cut mold than your traditional combat style, which has got your, fully loaded out with all of your pouches and everything. These are the pull loop quick release. All of these vests from Yakita generally run a one size fit unless you want to custom order several hundred of one style of vest, then they'll give you a custom size, but they generally fit pretty good straight off the rip. I do like these. They do have your side plate pockets still, so if you wanted to put some side plate pockets or side plates in these, you still can. They are 10 by 12 front and back, and then I want to say it's 6 by 6 on the sides. These may be a 6 by 8 as well. This does not have plate pockets. So black does not have them. All of our colors do, and they are 6 by 6 plate pocket that goes in the side of these. These have your big soft armor insert pockets for your 3A, as well as a plate holder strap. And this one's a little bit of a different style than the colored ones. And these would be more for holding your synthetic armors, your lightweight armors. You do have your plate pockets. Insert your plates in. Slide your pocket closed, and then you would have a bulletproof side piece. And that is one thing with Yakita, is that they're kind of like that with their vests. You'll buy everything in the colors is generally the same exact styles. Then for some reason the black in each one has just one teeny tiny little difference. In this case it's side plates. We have a 4-tab quick release. This is the most popular style. These come with your 6 by 6 side plate pockets. These are once again a medium to extra large vest. Pretty well come fit at a large. They have some expansion room in the front and back. And then they suck down pretty well if you're a smaller framed person. And these are also in your 10 by 12, and they're going to come with 5 mag pouches. I want to say it's 3 equipment pouches. Yep, 3 equipment pouches. All of these vests run $80. We try not to buy anything in our small batch orders that have to sell over $100. These OTB systems, these are going to run $160. They're just that much more expensive. If you notice on some of these sleep vests, you've probably seen some zippers back here when I was messing around. They sell back panels for these vests, and I can get those. So if you got one of these vests, or you're interested in one of these vests and you wanted some pouches or something for it, we can order those too. The reason why I haven't ordered any yet is the back panel would literally cost you as much as the vest would, so I haven't seen a reason for that yet. This is the Bearcat from Tactical Scorpion. This is one of my favorite vests from them. This is going to have that same style of pocketing system. This one may only be a 10 by 12 in here. I want to talk about some good Velcro. Definitely secure. These are going to have a single 10 by 12 plate pocket inside of their mesh 3A soft armor pocket. So you'll still be able to carry plates, and if you require a little more coverage, you can get the 3A soft armor for these. And I should be able to get you something specifically for this vest directly from Tactical Scorpion. And everything that I get through them, they give really good prices on their stuff. So that's why the armor, it's $30 for a small 7.62 level 3 plate. That's not a whole lot for a rifle rated plate of that caliber. Let's see here. When you get into your 3+ plates, you get up to around $85 a plate on these. Like I said, these are your 5.56. They're going to be a nice thin plate. It's lightweight, 6 pounds, 10 ounces, multiple hit. These will be like 2780 FPS on the round. There is another plate that I have here, and we'll talk about it. It is the RF1 and 2 Crucible. It is also a 5.56 rated plate, as you can see. Grab this one right here. We'll hold them up beside each other. Look at them real quick. They're practically the exact same plate, except for with your RF1, you're only going to move up about $10 per plate to $90. But these are going to stop 5.56 in the 3,000 plus FPS range. like 3,200. Could be more. I have it printed out right here. And all these armor specs and things like that are going to be available either through the Tactical Scorpion Gear website, or you can contact me and I'll get you some printouts of it, and we'll go over it. Yep, your RF1 and 2 body armor is going to be at 3,250 on their FPS for the round. So it just gives you that little bit of extra, stopping power when you're talking in the rifle calibers. Your 7.62 plates in your level 3. See the size difference from the 3 plus to the level 3. Your level 3 stops at 7.62. So it's like, why does it cost less? And like I said, every time you're in the rifle range and you're going lighter in the weight, you're going to go higher in the price. And that's the way it is with all the companies. 7.62, like I said, that's going to be in at 8 pounds and 3 ounces per plate. These stop 7.62, 308, stuff like that. The 3 plus plates will also stop 30-06. And those level 3 plates, they'll be stopping stuff around the same FPS as the 3 plus, around the 2750. So you're going to be covered pretty well for rifle rounds, and that's on the steel side. Those will be like $60 a plate for a level 3 10x12. 11x14, obviously you're going to be a bigger size, more material, so that's going to be a different price. I believe those can get up to like 115 per plate. Your level 4, pause that. We're gonna look at some prices real quick for the difference between the 10x12s and the 11x14s. See, and the 11x14 is going to be a $15 difference in the plate, so it would be $75 for an 11x14 and level 3, and then so on and so forth. Like going down to the 3 plus, you'll have 11x14. That's poly on steel core. Yeah, you're looking at around 115 per plate on the 3 plus, lightweight. And then the prices, they keep spreading out like that. You can get all the way up to, if you want to go to a level 4 ceramic, we have an alumina carbide in a level 4, just the 10x12 for the curved. It's going to run you $185 a plate. 11x14, you're talking $260 a plate to go to an 11x14. So it gets pretty drastic, pretty fast. And then you have a silicone carbide ceramics that in a 10x12 going to run you $270 a plate. And those are level 4. They'll be lightweight, rifle rated. And that's just how the price goes. And like I said, you'll have great mobility with those, but you will pay a pretty hefty price on those styles of plates. Let's see. We'll move to our medical side. You might have seen some of the IFAKs and medical kits. I gave all those away already. Got one right here. These little IFAKs, I've been looking for a medical provider for the same amount of time the company's been running, for the last 5-6 months. These small ones, I put these together myself just because when I was buying stuff for myself personally, it's always looking at the, everybody, you go to Amazon, you go to wherever, and you look and you find a medical kit, and you're like, okay, I just want to buy one that's got the stuff I need in it. And the other ones will have some of the stuff you need in it, and it'll be full of all kind of other goodies that you don't really care for. So I decided to put together my own for the time being. And this is not trying to say this is the top of the line gear. I do affordable. If you want, if you're police or security or you're ex-military or you're somebody who's got a higher grade taste for your armor or for your gear, like, get up with me. Everything's 100% customizable. We'll figure out something for you, or I'll point you in the direction of a company that's best suited to, best tailor something for your needs. And I'm not trying to push everything that I sell as the best, but for the price, to keep everything affordable, to be something that everybody can then access and then get some knowledge from, and then before you spend thousands of dollars on a plate carrier and a system just to realize you didn't really want that style, and then 30 days is up and you can't send it back, or sending it back is a hassle. I understand how all that is, because for 4 years that I personally did it, I bought some very, very bad stuff. Like, I shopped everywhere. I've tested Temu plates, which actually surprisingly stop everything up to 12 gauge. So tungsten steel plates are, they are bulletproof. So, those, they did work. I have a video on YouTube of it. And, after that I kind of started looking for something that was rifle rated. And I was like, this kind of stuff, for a cheapo, just throw something together kind of kit would have worked. But when I wanted to go for rifle rated and something official, I looked at Spartan Armor, I looked at RTS, you look at Ace, you look at all these downrange industries has, some prices that I was just like, oh, those are a little too good. And, then I found Tactical Scorpion, and it was just like the perfect balance of, okay, you can get pricey with their armor, or you can buy rifle rated armor and still be on the affordable side, which should be, because in today's world, you look at everything that's going on, there's a good chance you're probably going to need it more than you're not. So I wanted that to be, accessible for everybody. And eventually it will be storefront. Right now everything is through Facebook. We're working on a Shopify website, which I'll release that soon. The reason why that hasn't been released, and I'll go over this with y'all, a little bit off the medical subject, I know, but everybody's like, go ahead and start your online stuff, or you go ahead and open a shop, so it looks more official. Problem with that is having the suppliers. They have a trade war going on right now. The stock market's, it's busting through the roof. Everybody don't know if it's a bubble or not. And finding suppliers, that'll work with a smaller company that doesn't want to spend, if I can do a $30,000 a year or $50,000 a year account, I would love that. That would be great for McCrone Armor and Gear and for everybody else, I'd be able to provide a ton of stuff and open up a supply shop. But until I get the medical dealer situation figured out, I'm kind of at a standstill with just busting off on the website and everything, because offering these little medical kits is just my way of like, it's better than having nothing, and they work. It's gonna work. So it's like, it's not gonna be some flashy. It doesn't have North American Rescue on it or Rhino Rescue, something fancy like that. I put these together and it's just something that's gonna work, and hopefully you never have to use it. These are more for your single gunshots or your maybe if you got a cut or a stab wound. It wouldn't help with if you got stabbed in the chest. Obviously there's no chest seal. That's something that can be added to it. They're all customizable. This is just for the $30 base price. You get your bag. You're gonna get a 15-gram bag of bleed stop. This will all be in date. It's all checked. I buy everything as legitly as I can. You'll have a pair of gloves. You have 3 rolls of gauze and some tape, and then you'll have your tourniquet. These are combat applied tourniquets. They're the windlass. This is just so that you have something. I keep them in my truck myself because it's better than a first aid kit for sure, if something was to happen. Now, I have these in a bigger bag and in other colors. I should have pulled out before this. Of course I won't. Figuring this stuff out as I go, guys. There's not an armor and gear shop anywhere. I couldn't stand it anymore. I had to open one myself. Work with me. Trust me, it'll get better. It'll get better. I do a lot of emailing. There's a lot of emailing. I know everybody probably thinks I'm some redneck from out there, and you'd be right, but we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to get some legit people working with us. We'll offer these with these will be your $50 kit start outs. I don't have one made up because I sold them and then I gave a bunch away for some advertisement. So we'll build one right here. We'll just do it right now. Show y'all what I do. There's already a tourniquet there. We'll just take that one out of that. Save me a little trouble. Got our box of OK tape. If you're gonna get 2 rolls of tape in the big kit. I come over here and I put me some hand-and-dandy gloves on so that I'm not just greasing up everybody's stuff. Pack your gloves. We'll get your bleed stop out. Better get the other. Oh, it's down here. Maybe not. Put ibuprofen and Tylenol on these just in case somebody's allergic to one or the other. I have a lot more medical stuff ordered right now. Kind of undersupplied for right this second on the medic kit area. We're working it out. Oh, I forgot. There's way more than that goes into these. Get your fancy dancy emergency bandage. There'll be some antiseptic tablets. Sometimes I get all generous and I'll just throw some extra stuff in there. But when you're doing 50 to 100 of these, throwing extra stuff in there gets pretty expensive, guys. Just saying. It's not like they pay me to sell these. You guys pay me to sell these, hopefully. One guy in North Carolina got one. He liked it. I have one review on that. This is not the table I use to build these, so rock with me. You'll also get some shears in these. Ta-da. Got some brand new ones. These will go back here. Imagine 2 packs of gloves in there. You get double of everything in here. We'll save those for that kid again. Oh yeah, Jessica's right. Tallahassee Championship Wrestling. I'm going to take a bunch of stuff out there. I'll have like 5 medical kits. I don't have any tourniquets, guys. Tourniquets have disappeared. So, I think they're buying them all up, shipping them to Ukraine or something. It's kind of hard to get those right now. If Lightning X gets back with us, they seemed enthused about it, then we'll be A-OK for providing for EMT and fire. And it'll be legitimate medical stuff, and we'll show you that. I'll show you that back here in just a second. Price will be more expensive, but it'll be better than your doomsday prepper medical stuff that you're buying from me right now. Or at least it'll be more licensed. Give it to you that way. I won't say it'd be any better. It's the same stuff. Sometimes I would also do some, like if you have somebody that has allergies and they need this stuff for on the road, these medication packs. I just ordered like a box of these. You know, contact the seller. If they don't sell a box, just contact the seller. Maybe they'll sell you a box. Sometimes they don't want to. Then you can fill that thing up. I have a guy who bought a few of them from me, and that's what he wanted. He actually just had me order him a few of those packs, which alright, give it sit there. Bleed stop. Have some alcohol pads. You have your antiseptic wipes. Hand sanitizer. Some ibuprofen and some Tylenol. While I'm disorganized up here. And then these would be your $50 kits. And it's like, why are they $50? Barely put anything else in them. Well, those emergency bandages are pretty expensive, depending on where you buy them from. Show y'all one of them right now. If you've never seen an emergency bandage, this is what they look like, and this one's probably kerplunkled up because I was using it to put it on a dog sore. So you gotta go to the doctor. So you'd have your compression pad, gauze, whatever else was stuffed up in there that you needed. You'd stick that on there and you'd sling this around there. It's kind of like your ace bandage, just bungee. Wrap it around there tight. You lock the clip in, however you have to, like that. Through it, let it hook it. You know, it's medical stuff. Whatever works for your situation, works for your situation. Pretty simple. Okay. So, you know, some of the stuff that, you know, you're gonna run into whenever, if you ever need to use this stuff, like, yeah, you're gonna want to make sure it's official, like the Army, which is NIJ certified and compliant. Being certified and compliant is sometimes confusing to people. So, the medical field I don't really know much about, but to get deeper into it, I got to get professional people to help supply me and learn from them. So that's what we're going to do with Lightning Medical. So my stuff's not going to go beyond just your basic, you know, giving you the tools you need to kind of be able to do what you would need to do in a bad situation. If that ever happened, God forbid, you know, we hope it don't. And it's just to give you, it gives you peace of mind. It really does. Like when I didn't have everything and I finally started getting everything, I noticed how unprepared I was. You know, like, and you see a natural disaster. This is the way I look at if war was to happen. If you have a hard time picturing it, you can't imagine it. Look at it like this. Imagine when a hurricane comes through, but just add bullets, injured people, fire, smoke, you know, all that good stuff to it. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you got to be able to deal with. That brings us to the Lightning X. I want to say this kit right here was about $600. But if you want official, it comes with an official price tag, I promise you. Lightning X products. Come with a pre-packed bag. Every one of these pockets in this bag is full on this style of kit. And I can't remember what exactly this kit was. Like I said, I bought this for myself personally. And it has everything. So you got your instrument kit. It's going to come with all your forceps, some snips, stuff like that. You have your med pod. It's going to show you a little picture description down here of pretty much what all comes in it. And this is going to be your general ointments, tapes, gloves, stuff like that. You know, hot and cold packs, finger splints. Got your trauma pack here. It's going to have your airway stuff. Probably got some bleed control. It's going to have your chest vent, stuff like that, your chest seals, stuff like that. It's going to be in that IFAC. My IFAC is giving you something to plug the hole with and stop some bleeding so that somebody with one of these can help you later on. That's the whole point of those. Don't think I'm like, oh, I'm just like, you know, got it figured out. No, I understand there's work that's got to be put into everything. I would love to be able to manufacture stuff like this right now myself. That would be great. You got your bandage pack. This one's going to actually come with your contents. And they're going to give you a little bit of everything in these. I was super impressed with how well put together these kits were. Stethoscope. Blood pressure equipment. Some airway stuff. Some small bandages. And then of course, you know, I didn't pay $500 just for the $600 just for the stuff that was in it. Their bags are amazing. They're high quality, super high quality. Everything bites me. Super high quality bags. Maybe I fight it. Customizable. You can order these from them and they'll give you these, and I'll go through with them if they accept my dealer account on doing the customizable pads for people like that, how to do those orders through them. But these guys, they'll go anywhere from, you know, they have kits over $1,000, you know, with oxygen, everything you would need for extreme medical situations. And I'm really looking forward to hopefully working with those guys, doing business with them, letting them be my supplier for medical gear so that I can get everybody some really good gear and get everybody access to it. You know, get the word out there. A lot of people I run into, they don't even know that they can buy that stuff themselves. They're like, what do I got to do to get into this? Like, well, you got to know some people, but you know that comes with everything. But it's just learning to look for it. You know, like thinking about it. A lot of people don't ever get put into a situation where they have to think about stuff. You know, and you know, Lord forbid, like we said, anything ever does really happen. But you'll have the equipment at that point to deal with it. Alright, so with the medical stuff, we got that out of the way. And I have tourniquet kits, stuff like that. These I usually bulk buy all the stuff and then I'll put them together. This one's already been taken apart, I can tell, because it's messed up there. This stuff is generally for advertisement and display. You can purchase it. It is brand new stuff. You know, it's always going in and out. But orders. I can take orders, custom orders. And with Elevon point of sale systems, We can send you a payable invoice through your email. We can take credit and debit cards. It opens up all the payment avenues and gives everybody a bigger company to look at instead of just me being responsible for it. They can go back and say, all right, we can look at Elevon's stuff, and we can trust that this is a legitimate operation, because you don't want to just be sending your money out to anybody that's out there these days. People will take your money and they'll not send you your stuff. I've had it happen. There's been a lot of ups and downs with the expanding from just an armor and gear shop to kind of cater to everybody's need for the complete situation. Not just giving you the equipment to protect yourself from the bullets, but giving you the stuff that if you do get hit by one, or say something else happens, you trip and fall, you get in a different situation, and you need other equipment, you'd be able to get it here. That'll lead us into night vision now, because now you've gotten your bulletproof protection. You got your vest, you got your helmet, you got your fancy belt. If you run a belt, you've got your medical equipment. Now you've got to be able to see and breathe. I have one style of gas mask. Not really super crazy about it, but I do offer that. The night vision, this is digital. It's infrared. I have a video of it on Facebook. You can see me use it pitch black at night. These are rated for 300 meters. I believe it's like 3,000 milliamp hour. So it should be about 3 hours of use. If you can't see, you can't fight. Are these great for close quarters, running through your house for $200? No. Do they have the widest view? No. But if you got into a situation, or if you're hunting, anything like that, it gives you vision 300 meters out. It's got 3 different colors that you can view the landscape in, which would be your white to black, your green, and then you're going to have a violet color. Your white and your black works, for me, it worked better in trees. The green definitely illuminated further out with more detail. And the violet flared up pretty roughly, so I would assume that that's better for looking across the field maybe. But the white and the green, definitely good quality, good picture quality. You can record. It's got an SD port on the side of these, so you can record video, do all that. They're lightweight. They're lightweight and they're small frame. You see a lot of cheap night vision, and they're like these 8-9 inch long, pieces of equipment. These are 6 inches. Everything comes in brand new. Nothing's used. It's almost the size of your hand. So there's your thickness. It's got adjustable, eye and vision. You got your adjustment lens for detail and focus. You'll be able to zoom in. It's got an 8x zoom. It's going to be a 1.7x base zoom on these. So it's going to be zoomed in even on the lowest setting. So up close and personal, within, I'd say, 15 to 20 feet, it's going to be rough to see. Well, not rough to see, it's just going to be, you'll be able to see it, it's just, you're not going to be able to see anything else besides a little 4-inch square of what you're looking at. So, but as far as putting an infrared laser on your rifle system and then painting a dot or drawing a line out to your target in the middle of the night, this system for $200, I could not beat it. I love it myself. You know, I have a helmet. I have multiple setups, obviously, and you know, just I couldn't get over when I found these. Like, this is the best, and it's like that's the brand, 3D night vision. Like, this is a non-brand night vision. That's the only way you're gonna get to find them cheap to the point that you can afford this like every day. You know, be able to use it. Is it going to be the most durable, long-lasting, and best quality thing? No. It's $200. It's night vision. But it gives you the ability to see at night. That's the big thing. Gives you the ability to see in dark. Total darkness. It's infrared. It paints its own light out there. It doesn't need ambient moonlight or anything like that. They're rechargeable. You know, so you're going to be able to do a lot of things with those. And like I said, they're great for hunting too. If you guys are, you know, early dawn, you know, you're hog hunting, you're doing stuff like that, these are going to let you be able to see out there at night. You get a laser system, you know, you're going to be able to paint your target with it pretty good. Alright, out of the night vision. So, these helmets, I was talking about these earlier. These are in the fast style, and right now, these retail like $270 plus shipping. I sell these for $240, I think $250 right now is what I have them listed at. And if you buy them through me, you're not going to pay a shipping cost related to anything that comes from Tactical Scorpion gear. You're going to save money on that. Then the majority of the armor, like a level 3, I'm going to be right on their MSRP. But for a lot of their level 4, the helmets, some of the shields, stuff like that, you're going to get a better price through me, just because I'm trying to still keep it in an affordable price range where not just somebody who needs to use it for an official capacity, but the everyday person, just like me when I started looking for this stuff, can just have access to it now. They can, instead of wondering about it, they can see it, you know, look at it, you know, fill it out for yourself, see if that's really what you want. You know, a lot of people, I'll bring a whole truckload of stuff with me whenever I go to meet, and they'll end up choosing something different or choosing more, because they'll be like, I didn't even think about some of the stuff that, you know, they end up finding. So you can contact me at any time. We have the business number. It's up on the Facebook. That's 448-449-3547. Generally try to be open like 24/7. You know, I do sleep every now and then, but if you send me a message, I'll try to get back to you as quick as possible. And this is just a little bit of what we're gonna do. You know, the plan for the company is for it to grow into an armor and gear superstore where we can have, you know, stuff for security guys, stuff for police officers, stuff for SWAT team members, stuff for ex-military or current military, stuff for the civilians, you know, stuff for anybody who needs the equipment. You'll be able to come there, browse around, see the stuff in person, and then get your equipment and get it at an affordable price. And we're going to try to keep everything as low priced as we possibly can. Because I know what it's like to try to look for something, and like then you find something you really like, and it's $800 for one piece of your setup. So we're gonna try to keep it as affordable as we can. And like I said, we're hoping to expand with the medical, get with lightning. Tonight at 5:30, I'm about to it's 3:40. I'm about to pack up all of this stuff right now. And I'm going to the Seminole Fitness Gym on Bluntstown Street to set up a booth for the afternoon. Gates open at 5:30. Y'all want to come out, see some of the gear in person, see the other colors, OTV or MSOV, whatever you want to call it. Check out the night vision. You know, I have the helmet with me. I have the shield with me. Matter of fact, I didn't show y'all the shield. That's what I was digging out earlier. This is the 7.62, the level 3. So it's just as thick as your level 3 plate. So it is rather hefty on this one. But for the price, it gives you a 14 by 24 shield to put between you and obviously something that's trying to harm you. So these are available. All the shields are, I believe, going to be in this style, this cut, and the 14 by 24. If I can get into contact with a few other people that have emailed about some stuff, we're going to have some different styles of shields. I won't carry anything but Tactical Scorpion plates and things like that. All of their stuff's tested. It's great. The price is way too good on it. They have an awesome dealer online setup, so it's like super easy for me. They have a ton of information there. They just started a new website, so go there and check out the equipment online. You don't even have to take my word for it. You can go straight to tacticalscorpiongear.com. Those guys are going to hook you up. They're going to have great customer service. I've received a wrong shipment one time from them, and they made it right instantly. Like, was no hassle. They're great. Straight out of North Carolina, like I said. All of their information is available at tacticalscorpiongear.com. Like I said, brand new website they just started. They rolled everything over from their old website, so everything should be there and accessible for y'all. Yakita for a lot of these styles of vests and OTVs that we're getting in. And then, like I said, we're going to be hoping that Lightning X picks up the medical and plays on a part of the team, and then we're going to roll and keep going bigger and bigger until we get everything squared away. And then everything will be pretty well ready to roll. So, appreciate you guys if you're checking this stuff out, supporting me. If you guys join the raffle, don't forget about our raffle. You're going to win one of these plate carriers. Any plate carrier that I have in stock besides the OTV. We're not doing the $160 plate carriers. But any of these other plate carriers. So even if you're a 4X, I know I only have the medium to extra large sizes up there. If you're a 4X, don't worry. We're going to get you something. Joining the raffle, $10 entries. I believe there's like 17 or 18 spots left. Probably by the end of the month, I'd say even if the raffle doesn't fill up, we're probably going to go ahead and raffle it off. So, end of this month, start of next month, we're going to get the raffle done. Get somebody a 4-plate vest package, and if they need it shipped, it'll be $25 for anywhere in the eastern side of the United States. If it's across the country, we'll have to see how much it costs to ship that, just because of the weight. They're heavy plates. It's a big box that it has to go in, so it does cost a pretty good bit to ship this stuff. But yep, we're gonna go from there. So I appreciate you guys listening, and check out the shop online. We're gonna open up the website soon. Hopefully we'll see y'all tonight at Seminole Fitness on Blountstown Street, Tallahassee, Florida, at TCW. And see you guys later.